Magic is the art of influencing change to occur in accordance with one's will, using magical symbols to invoke hidden powers. I'm sure you've heard of Abracadabra before. It's an ancient magical word that literally translates to, "As I speak, I shall create." What if you had such an ability? And what if there's someone out there who has this ability and uses it to control the world? By the end of this video, you'll realize that language is power, and those who control language control minds. This is a fact of life that has been proven even in the human sciences. It's not just an expression we use. Words are essentially vibrations that carry energy, and those who understand this truth use language with the intention of changing the world according to their will. But before we delve into how language is used to control the world and how you can also do it, let's first establish some definitions so that we're on the same page. Firstly, what is magic? Well, one thing is certain, magic is real, and it's not what you might think. Aleister Crowley, one of the most notorious and highly respected occultists in the Western world, defines magic as the science and art of causing change to occur in conformity with will. As for language, it is a symbolic system of communication that uses verbal, visual, and other signals to encode and decode meaning between individuals. If that definition is too complex, you can think of language as a frequency level that facilitates communication between humans using symbols. As an example, if you were to discuss the complexities of economic inflation with your cat, the poor animal would not comprehend your words, since it is incapable of interpreting language on that level. While your feline friend might sense your frustration, it would not understand that rising prices are the root of your discontent. However, when discussing economic matters with your friends at a cafe, each sentence and word that you utter will elicit a reaction from them because everyone is on the same wavelength. If you want to get a sense of how powerful language is in affecting change, remember every time you've heard someone on the street yelling your name. Instantly, you become alert and turn to locate the source of the sound, only to discover that another individual nearby shares your name. In a sense, your name is a spell that can be used to grab your attention. Now that we're on the same page, let's dive deeper into some sinister truths about the world and people in power. Words have the ability to greatly influence the world around us. Political propaganda and advertising are the strongest examples of this, but other powerful forces include timeless art, great philosophical works, and organized religion. Consider how powerful words such as security, prosperity, democracy, and progress are used by politicians to grasp people's minds during political discourses. The politicians who mastered the art, or let's call it magic, of using such big words to invoke a positive response from the public are the ones who usually win elections and gain favor of the majority. We don't even have to delve into the Orwellian dark side of the equation to see how politics use language in some sinister ways. Marketers carefully choose their words in advertisements to sneak into people's minds and create a desire for their products or services. This is why you'll often see sexual undertones or subliminal messages in ads. They may seem strange, but they work to create emotional responses and make people want to buy. Just look at the lines of people waiting to buy the newest iPhone at Apple stores. These marketers are like wizards, using their word magic to generate massive profits just by coming up with catchy phrases that influence people's desires unconsciously. Before you can protect yourself effectively from the negative influence of word magic upon your life, first you have to develop a keen ear for it. Many people talk about the third eye, which is the mind's eye that sees beyond the surface, but only a few talk about the third ear, which is the inner ear that hears the undertones and hidden meanings. Probably because a third ear is weird and not as aesthetic as a third eye. Anyway, being aware of the power of word magic requires keeping a critical mind. When you're being critical about language use, you notice the little nuances and details that masterful word magicians, the good ones and the bad ones, use to make their language powerful. As the old saying goes, the devil is in the details. So you have to pay attention to the details that you often overlook. And since we're in the devil's territory, also remember that the biggest trick he has ever pulled is to trick humanity that he doesn't exist. Dark word magicians are adept manipulators, disguising themselves as innocent lambs. Therefore, it is important to maintain a discerning mindset when encountering individuals who possess a talent for language manipulation, whether it be a man or a woman attempting to flirt with you, a salesperson trying to sell you something, or even a presidential candidate who wants your vote. In your journey to become more aware of how word magic works and how to protect yourself from it, the first step is mindfulness and self-knowledge. Before you even start learning about magical systems and spiritual systems, it's better to be well-grounded in your psyche and body. See how different words affect you, how they make you feel, what they make you think about, and so on. Journaling is one of the best techniques to develop in order to master word magic. Notice how your writing is affected by your mood and which mood is the best for writing. Also, notice how you breathe when you're in that mood and whether your heart beats faster or slower. Training yourself to invoke that mood and attitude of profound awareness over language, how it's used by others, and how you can use it, is essentially like building a rapport with your guardian angel who always gives you special powers and protects you when needed. Speaking and writing with a strong intention is how you channel your will into the physical realm. When your intentions are articulately communicated, visualized clearly, and critically evaluated, your mind becomes a sharp tool, like a sword. As a matter of fact, the sword is often a symbol of sharp-mindedness, intellect, and articulate speech that cuts through the BS. An example of that is the suit of swords in the minor arcana of the tarot. But we'll get deeper into that subject later. When you develop this mastery over language, you can innovate the way you want with how you use it and what for. For example, you can create your own powerful affirmations, mantras, sigils, and magical text. Since there's no one way to approach magic, you can develop your own system through trial and error based on the beliefs you have and your natural inclinations. As long as you keep yourself grounded in reality, magic can supplement your life with a potent and aesthetic way to deal with everyday matters. For example, Layla is an artist who likes the aesthetics of Harry Potter and likes to use Latin words in her personal writings, poems, and songs because she believes they have some kind of magic and they make her feel good. Among those phrases is Sic luceat lux, which literally means, so let your light shine. This phrase, or let's call it a spell, makes Layla feel warmth in her solar plexus area, or heart chakra. She feels relaxed and inspired when she speaks that phrase out loud or draws it as calligraphy. She also creates sigils that she uses as decorations and drawings in her clothes and gadgets. Those sigils are desires that she clearly communicated with herself and turned into symbols by creatively arranging the letters in a beautiful way to hide their meaning. She charges those symbols with her positive energy by making good use of them as decorations. Layla is just an example of how word magic can be integrated into your life in an artistic way. There are no lines that separate effective magic from good art. With that in mind, Harry Potter is actually a magical story, not just a story about magic, because J.K. Rowling used language magically to write a bestseller that influenced an entire generation to think about magic differently. It all started with her deciding one day to use the pen and the keyboard to put her mind into words. Keeping up with the Harry Potter theme, I guess we all know that evil magicians cause a lot of pain to others and themselves because of their bad intentions. And we all know how it ends up for them. Spoiler alert, not good at all. Pure intentions equal good outcomes. This is one of the most crucial rules to internalize before practicing magic. If you use your powerful language ability to manipulate people or hurt them, you're only hurting yourself as well. What goes around comes around. That's why when you only use the word magic to empower and uplift, you also become empowered and your spirit is uplifted. When I win, everybody wins. As the old cliche goes, with great power comes great responsibility. Now that you have a sense of what word magic is all about, you're ready to embark on a journey to explore how you can use it with greater efficacy to manifest positive change in your life. With this knowledge, you can also discover how to safeguard yourself against harmful spells and manipulative language. By being mindful of your words and intentions, you can become a word magician yourself and radiate positivity. Don't forget to share your positive vibes with us by subscribing to our channel. Leave us a comment if you have anything to say that might help others reach that positive level you're at now.